Right, you find me talking to Rosie Hardy and Neil Gray from Melcourt Compost and Industries. Rosie, I just want to say a huge thank you. This stand and display that you've laid on for your last supposed Chelsea is just an absolute delight. And I know you've battled with the weather, and it's been a tough old spring.
Oh, it has. It's been so cold. We may be in the middle of May, but it really isn't. When you look at the trees and what is actually growing out there, the seasons are well behind.
Yeah.
I've never known it to be quite this late, and it's not been a struggle, but it's been demanding.
Yes.
To try and get everything so that it looks good. And when you start bringing plant material down to put up a display, you think, gosh, it's really, really green.
Yes.
And it started off very green and very structural, but then every now and again we were able to punctuate it with colour. And as soon as you get that bit of colour in there, no one realises how much green there actually is in there.
But there are so many different shades of green as well. And green itself is beautiful, but the way you've done your composition and the mixture of all your plants, which you've done for decades, dare I say it, and you are an absolute master at doing it and integrating the plants and the colours so well.
At the end of the day, it's painting with plants. You know, the only thing that is put on a piece of paper is where the path goes, what we're having in the way of seating, water,
yes.
Any other structures. The rest of it is bring the plants down and just start painting with plants and putting them in where I feel they want to go. And you'll end up leaving a patch because you're not happy, you haven't got the right material.
Yeah.
And maybe 2 days later, something suddenly popped up and it's showing some colour and you can put it in there. And the beauty of being at home is, of course, you can just run up to the tunnel and you can go, oh, I need that, that's come out now.
Yeah, no, it is a joy, and it's a real lovely sort of woodland setting with all these sort of woodlandy plants as well. That blends so nicely together. Yeah. And this is a little homage to Bye Bye to Chelsea.
It is, yeah. This would have been the display we'd have done this time, and this would have been press day at Chelsea, and so it was. We had everything. The trees were already bought. All this beautiful woodwork was made,
which is
for
stunning.
us. This is English chestnut,
yeah.
And the boys at Objet Atelier have done so well to get this for us, and it seemed a waste not to do it. And these bits are going to remain here and be a garden for people to come and sit in and just feel happy sitting somewhere. The other plants that are in containers will disappear and wildflowers will be growing. And it just gives a lasting bit. And it's farewell, bye bye Chelsea. We won't be there again exhibiting ourselves. Our plants might be there. They're all grown in Neil's compost. We've been peat free for 6 years. And
that's quite an accolade, because that debate on the compost side of things is massive at the moment, and it's been rumbling on and on for many years. And with Melcourt Industries, you've been pretty well at the forefront of making a peat-free compost.
Well, we've been developing the compost for the last 15-20 years, and it's only in the last 10 years that we feel we've got it to the right place for growers, whether it be for the commercial growers, alternatively the retail side with the silver grow, to make sure that it works every time.
Yeah, because it's available in quite a lot of garden centres now, the silver grow range.
That is, and we're across the country now, and we are developing the range as we speak. Just look at new products, but the key to it is making sure every batch works for you as a consumer.
And consistent. How are you coping with the demand? And trying to get enough material basically to make your compost, because the demand is enormous.
This is the biggest challenge that we've had over the last 2 years, is making sure we have enough material to go through. And we're actually now planning for next year,
right? And
we're talking to the suppliers, right back to the sawmills, to make sure we have the right part, the right quantities at the right time.
Okay.
And with further investments we're making in the business to increase the supply.
So basically the compost you're generating is bark based?
It's all bark based. The bark fines, we take them, they have to mature for a minimum of 12 weeks. If we can do it longer, we will do. But we've got to make sure the material's coming through constantly. Unfortunately, we haven't got acres of space to store material.
And with Rosie, you're using their compost, and you're adding a little bit of the Osmocote to keep
We
it
do, yes. So we
slow
need
release
to,
fertiliser.
we need that for our plants.
Yep.
So we've got the 12-14 month Osmocote in there, because a lot of our herbaceous materials will stay in a container for somewhere between 6 and 9 months, maybe a little bit more. So if something doesn't get repotted in that first season, it's got enough to keep it going until the spring, when we then repot it, by which time it's been in its container over 12 months.
Right.
And we just want it to have enough food. There are plenty of growers who only use a 6 month, but
It runs out of oomph.
It runs out of oomph, and we don't want it to, because with the herbaceous, you've got to let them have that winter months, and they've got to have the cold, and then they've got to have some food in the spring. Just go, let's start growing.
Just one final thing, because I think we're just about to get wet again. Peter Seabrook sadly lost his wife last year, and I know you've been very much involved with this new verbena.
Yes.
Margaret's memory?
Margaret's memory. So it's in memory. It's been named in memory of his wife. It's a verbena, which is now glandularia.
Oh no, not another rename.
And it is a sport from Seabrook's Lavender, which is one we launched for Peter many years ago, and it's been very successful, hardy verbena. And this was a sport found by a couple on the Isle of Wight, the Grants, and they showed it to us and asked us to do something with it, and we said, because it's come from that, we need to let Peter know.
Yes.
And they were very happy once they heard the story to let it be called Margaret's Memory, and then there is a royalty on it that then goes towards, and I can't remember which of the ones it is, it's dementia, I think.
Okay.
And so it goes towards that charity.
And when will this be available?
It's available now.
Oh, it is available
It's
now?
available now. It's some of the stock has already been sold via QVC. We have got plants growing here now on the nursery, so we've got it. It's just coming out into flower on the display, and so people can see the difference. We've got both of them there, so we have both of the plants.
Can I just say massive thank you to you and Rob and everybody involved with laying this garden on, and for making a beautiful display. It's always good to catch up with you, and well, hopefully we'll see you at the normal shows like Hampton Court.
Oh, I hope so. Yes.
Later in the year, so it's not you're not stopping.
No,
it's
we're
only
not
Chelsea.
stopping. It's only Chelsea that's going. My love-hate relationship with Chelsea is now at an end.
Hooray! Well, thank you for talking to us on and the Silver Surfers community. So lovely to see you both. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.